Maka dikona de aling konung fadlew. His Royal Highness Prince Kutuza, Induna Kenetsa, other princes of the Kingdom of Swaziland, delegation of princes and princesses from His Majesty King Mswati III, King of Eswatini, members of the royal family of the Kingdom of Eswatini, members of the Zulu royal family, including Her Majesty the Queen Mother, Ndlovukazi Mazungu, Their Majesties, the widows of His Majesty, our late King, the children of His Majesty, and our late Regent, His Royal Highness Prince Mangosuthu, Her Royal Highness Princess Ndandwe Sizwe, and her husband, Mr. Moses Dembe, Her Royal Highness Princess Numkosi, Her Royal Highness Princess Bukhosibembele, His Royal Highness Prince Bambindlovu Makhosezwe, His Royal Highness Prince Lungelo, His Royal Highness Prince Mandesizwe, and His Royal Highness Prince Mangaye, His Excellency, our former President, Mr. Jacob Zuma, the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, the Honorable Mr. Sihle Zikalala, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Minister Dr. Mkhize, Honorable Minister of Social Development, Minister Zulu, Honorable Minister of Human Settlements, Minister Sisulu, and MECs, Their Majesties, Kings and Queens of the Royal Houses, Amakhosi of the Kingdom, Nkosi Pathisizwe Qiliza, Chairperson of the Provincial House of Traditional Leaders, and all who are bereaved. I encourage us this morning with the Psalm of King David, which reads, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Unquote. Let us cling to these words, for our hearts are indeed broken. 40 years ago, my nephew, His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini Kabhekuzulu, came to see me and announced that His Majesty King Sobhuza II had offered his daughter's hand in marriage. The beautiful young princess, Shiyiwe Mantombi, would become the great wife of the king. I was delighted, for I had the greatest respect for the monarch of Eswatini, because I had gone a few times to attend Ingwala, and 10 years ago, my late mother, Her Royal Highness Princess Makoko, Thomisile Mantiti, Nangezinye kaDinizulu, had been received by His Majesty King Sobhuza II. I knew that the strong relations between our kingdom would be strengthened even further by this marriage. My heart, therefore, swelled on Wednesday when I saw the royal delegation of Eswatini bring the remains of Her Majesty home from Johannesburg. And I thank His Royal Highness Prince Kutuza, who was my counterpart as Minister of Home Affairs in the Kingdom of Swaziland, as well as Induna Kenetsa and the princes and princesses of Eswatini. On behalf of the Zulu nation, And on behalf of the Zulu royal family, we thank you for seeing our regent home to Kwakhangela Mankengane. We express our deepest condolences to His Majesty King Mswati III and the Swazi nation. Your pain is our pain. For we've lost a magnificent princess. Queen Mantombi was a woman of tremendous dignity and grace. Simply from the way she carried herself, one could see that she was born to royalty. Yet her defining feature was humility. She had a deep concern for her people, particularly for the women of the Zulu nation. She stretched out her hands and helped them to rise. Many will honor her as a mentor and someone who lifted them up. She was truly a combination of beauty and brains. A wonderful combination. I'm not shy to say that I look forward to her regency, for she would have surprised many with the depth of her mind and the extent to which she was dedicated to her people. It was that dedication that led her to accept this greatest burden of leading the Zulu nation. When His Majesty our King appointed Queen Mantombi Chiiwe through his will to become a regent, she accepted an extraordinary responsibility. Her willingness to accept shows the strength of her character. As always, she put the Zulu people first. It is devastating that we lost her so suddenly in the prime of her life. More devastating still, when not 2 months ago, we were gathered at Karimtanda Palace, having to lay to rest her husband, our king. One cannot imagine the pain of their children. Our deepest condolences are reserved for them. Our sympathy and support and our prayers are with them. So too are our prayers with the Zulu royal family, who have lost so much in such a short space of time. The same can be said of the Swazi royal family. May the Lord strengthen us to bear such grief. We thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, and the Premier of the province, the Honorable Sise Zikalala Kuzen, for the support they've given us in honoring our Queen. In so doing, they have honored our nation. We thank the President for sending the Honorable Minister of Culture, Dr. Honorable Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. His Majesty Leslie III of the Kingdom of Lesotho has asked me to convey his condolences to the royal families of both Zulu and Swazi nations. His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Thabo Cecil Makgoba, Archbishop of Cape Town and Metropolitan, has also asked me to bring you his message. My heart is sore and torn and saddened by the loss of the regent so soon after His Majesty. I would have loved to be here, but am doing an official visit back here on the 18th of May, and will take time in the chapel at Bishop Court to soak you all in prayer as you bury Her Majesty. I have personally conveyed my condolences to Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi and assured him of my prayers and the prayers of all the faithful throughout the country who are in solidarity with the Zulu royal family in the hour of grief. Please remember to love one another and to let this love so shine before all, and God's name is glorified by your love and not by your conflict. Of course, you are a family, and no family is without its tensions. But your vocation is bigger. It is that of faith and hope. and love, and the greatest of love. Our Lord Jesus Christ assures us of this love, unity, in the Gospel of John chapter 17, verse 21, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you are in me and I'm in you. It is my prayer for the family, royal family. This is my prayer for the entire AmaZulu nation, your shepherd and father in God, Thabo, Cape Town. I would like also to acknowledge the presence of His Majesty King Sifren Peguzulu Nyangazizo, and his children, Princess Tembi, Prince Mbonisi, Prince Bulindlela, Prince Matuvesizwe, and Prince Mpolisi. Now, ngakho-ke inhliziyo yami ngithe yavele yacwila ngolesithathu lapho ngibona ithimba lobukhosi baseSwatini nelakwaZulu liletha isidumbu sendlovukazi ekhaya usuka eGoli. Ngibonga umntwana uGuduza uyangiza kwethu njengongqongqoshe wasekhaya kanye nenduna uGinitsa kanye nabantwana namakhosazana aseSwatini egameni lesizwe samaZulu nasegameni lomndeni wasebukhosini bamaZulu. Siyabonga ukuletha ibambakhosi lethu ekhaya kokukhangela amakengane. Sizolana ngokujulile nengwenyama inkosi uMswati wesithathu nesizwe samaSwati. Sizobuhlungu enibuzwayo ngoba silahlekelwe umntwana omuhle kakhulu. Indlovukazi ushiyiwe mantombi ube ngowesifazana onesizotha nobunene obukhulu. Uma ubheka nje indlela abayiphethe ngayo ukubona ukuthi lo uzalwe ebukhosini. Noma kunjalo ube umuntu othobileyo. Ubekhathalela ngokujulileyo abantu bakhe, ikakhulu besifazane besizwe samaZulu. Ubebeluleka elule izandla zakhe abakhuphuli. Abaningi bazomhlonipha njengomeluleki wabo, becosha kuye izeluleko ezahlukeneyo ezabakhuphula. Akaze ngibone ukuhlakanipha okunje. Umuntu angaba yibakabaka bemuhle kodwa ngale kanti akukho lutho. Kodwa umuntu akasobhuza ube ehlakaniphile emuhle kodwa ehlakaniphile futhi. Anginamahloni kusho ukuthi mina bengibheke phambili ngithi uzawungena abayibamba khosi ngoba ubezomangaza abaningi ngokujula komqondo wakhe nangezinye nezinga njalo ayinikele ngalo kubantu bakuba. Yilokho ukuzinikela akwamholela ekubeni emukele lomthwalo omkhulu lapho isilo inkosi yethu isimkhethile nencwadi yayo yamafa uba abeyibamba ukhosi. Yamukela umthwalo omkhulu. Ukuvuma kwakhe ukwamukela lomthwalo ukhombisa wona amandla nobuntu bakhe. Njengovamile kukho konke ayikwenza wayibeka isizwe samaZulu kuqala. Kubuhlungu kakhulu ukuthi usilahlekele ngokungazelele kangaka esengumqemane. Kubuhlungu ngisho kakhulu uma ungakadluli ngisho nenyanga ezimbili sahlangene kwakhetha umthandazo sifihla umyeni wakhe inkosi yethu. Kunzima ngisho ukucabanga ngobuhlungu obuziwa izingane zakhe abantwana benkosi besilo salapha wakhangela amakengane. Sizolana nabo nani nabesilo. Siyayisekela futhi siyanisekela ngakho konke. Siyethembisa ukunisekela ngakho konke. Futhi siyanithandazela. Sithandazela futhi umndeni wasebukhosini wonke ulahlekeleyo uNkulunkulu uMazungu ngesikhathi esifushane kangaka. Sisho okufanayo emndenini wasebukhosini besiswazini. Kungathi inkosi ingasiqinisa sikwazi ukuthola lolu sizi. Sibe umhlonisha umengameli wezwe nomhlonisha undunankulu wesifundazwe saKwaZulu. Ngoseka abasinikele lona ngokuhlonipha indlovukazi yethu. Ukwenza njalo bahloniphe isizwe sethu. Isile inkosi uLethi umbuso waseLesotho ungishayela ucingo wangicela ukuba ngidlulisele ukudabuka kwakhe emndenini waseNdlunkulu wamaZulu nasemndenini wamaSwati. Amazwi kwasomfefe-ke bese ngiwashilo ukugcina khona umlayezo phuma to the house of the national Khoisan kingdom, abakwa Sal Royal House, ukuzwelana nendlunkulu. Khona namazwi avela kumhlonishwa umengameli wethu ngokudlule umhlonishwa uKhalima Mashange nomkakhe uMamtshali uGugu. Amanye nina besilo mazinyane esilo ngizowaletha imlayezo eminingi e-office lami abasazama ukuwahlanganisa njengoba ngenzile ngesikhathi ukhothama isilo sethu. Now, by God's grace, may the daughter of Her Majesty King Sobhuza II, the sister of His Majesty King Mswati III, the great wife of His Majesty King Zwelithini Inkabheka Zulu, and the regent of the Zulu nation, rest in peace. Wena kaNdlovu, wena kaNdlovu, bayede.